Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeOnLocation.tv. I'm here at Matsuricon 2018 with my good pal, Mr. Bryce Papenbrook. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
We're going to pass the mic.
We'll share.
So it's been actually quite a long time since you and I have had the chance to talk. It was at ColossalCon 2014. How have you been in the last 4 years?
Oh my gosh, I've been talking a lot. Sorry, I'll take it from you. Yes. Man, it's hard to kind of picture exactly where I was 4 years ago. I'll have to go back and watch our interview.
Yeah.
And then that's
just right when Attack on Titan had just come out.
Okay, gotcha. So now we're in season 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that show has just been incredible. So yeah, it's Sword Art Online season 3 is coming. It's so hard to keep track of everything that's happened in that time. I feel like I've been so fortunate to consistently book work as a voice actor. So yeah, I've been talking a lot.
One of the biggest, newest shows that you got to be in was the Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir has come out. And it's really interesting because it's this weird mix of adults and kids that are really getting into it. So what does it mean for you to be alongside Christina V, being the lead characters, and having this weird, like, kids and adults can really, really, truly love this show? So what's it been like for you to be one of the two main characters?
Yeah, well, first off, I love the show. Since we talked last, my wife and I had a daughter. So she is about to turn 3. Her name is Ella. And I love working on a show with a strong female superhero. I think it's just incredible. And I hope that, as she gets a little bit older, she appreciates the show too. I think she'll get into it soon. Some of her friends already like it. So I think one day she'll get into it also. But I love the show. I think it's, the animation is beautiful. The story is really great. I think it's, good for kids, but sort of nostalgic because it really reminds me of Sailor Moon. Because like every episode, like someone from the city gets turned into the bad guy. There's transformations. Like it really does remind me of Sailor Moon. And it's just been an incredible experience being part of the show. We're still working on season 2. So excited to go back and do more. And just recently, Miraculous Ladybug won a Teen Choice Award.
Wow.
So it's, if you looked at the competition, like when we got nominated, I was like, that's awesome. But we're in the same category as The Simpsons and Rick and Morty. And, I thought
nominated, awesome.
Yeah, to just be in that sort of grouping, but then to win over those guys is just, we didn't see it coming. So it's just incredible the type of fandom that this show has created. The fans have just been so amazing, so dedicated, and I really do appreciate all that support. So it's just cool to be a part of it.
It sounds like you're having a wonderful time doing the project, and I appreciate it. I have a lot of friends that are my age at 30 that are really enjoying it. They don't even have children. They just like the show.
That's great.
So also, this is the last time we got to talk. You got to be in the Fate series, being Shiro Emiya. How's it like to do that role? And did you have the chance to talk to Sam Riegel, the original voice from Fate Stay Night, to go back? And did you talk to Sam about doing the role?
I've known Sam for a really long time. I am not sure why Sam didn't come back. I think at the time he was just very, very busy. I know he's been working for Disney and Critical Role and
coming out on ice skates and roller skates out on stage.
Of course, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Sam's just an amazing actor, and it was great to carry on and sort of put my take on it. I didn't really go back to his performance and try to emulate it. I tried to reimagine Shiro. And thankfully, Tony Oliver, who's another guest here this weekend, was the director. Yeah. And Tony has been working on the show since the beginning.
Yeah, he was the original director of Fate Stay Night, the original one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he knows the show so well. So I really trusted Tony with the way to take the performance. He had a very specific idea for Shiro in mind. He wanted it played more theatrical, more real and grounded. So it's difficult to do that in an anime. So it's nice to play sort of against the typical sort of anime sound that you might hear the young heroes sound like, that I play a lot. So I really love the performance that Tony got out of me for Shiro. And the show is beautiful. Speaking of that show, Heaven's Feel, came out recently, and we're getting a second film coming out. I believe it's either very end of this year or early next year. I mean, we called Unlimited Blade Works Unlimited Budget because of how much it must have cost to make that animation. So I assume it's going to take them a little while. Kind of
going a little quicker, you also were part of the Fire Emblem family, and being in Heroes. What was it like playing that, and what's it like having your entire family almost of like different Fire Emblem people here for the weekend?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think everyone here is in Fire Emblem in some way. I mean, there's a billion characters in Heroes. Yeah, I mean, it's been great. The first character I was cast in is Henry in Fire Emblem Awakening, who's insane. And he was a really fun character to play. So it's been so great that he's come back in Heroes multiple times. And he's just become even more like evil Elmo, which is, except it's, yay, blood! So there's my inspiration for Henry.
Alrighty, now another fun game you got to be of that is just tons of great music, writing, and acting was Persona 5. What was it like knowing how well that game was received by fans, and then on top of that, now the anime is going to be coming out at some point. So what was it like for you to get into that with just all that wonderful elements that just made it so perfect?
Yeah, I mean, my performance in Persona 5 was kind of like all over the place because I play a bunch of different characters. I'm one of the teachers, but I'm also like 16 or 17 people in the world. So I'm just sprinkled all over the game. And that happens a lot of times, so you don't really get to know your character that well because I didn't have very many lines as each character, but I'm all over that game. So it's really cool to be part of that universe. I also play Theodore in Persona Q. So it's cool to be back working on another Persona, and we'll see if I end up in the anime. I don't know if the teacher's there, or maybe I'll just do Walla.
Walla's cool. It's fine. So you joined Gundam. What's it like doing Iron-Blooded Orphans?
Another really, really cool show. And so I play a character named Eugene. And without spoiling anything, I'm going to try not to spoil anything, but I knew I wasn't the lead of the show. Right. And day one, I walked in. I'm like, awesome, guys. I'm part of Gundam. When am I going to die? And then they called me back for another episode. I'm like, okay, so it's this time, right, guys? When am I going to die? And I kept not dying. So it was cool to have that run. I'm not going to spoil it. Eugene was a really fun character. Yeah. He's kind of like the jerk that you love. So it's fun to play those kind of roles.
Alrighty, and the final question before we wrap up. So you are now a business partner with David Vincent doing Anime Unlocked. How is it like for you to be a small business owner and also the community that you've grown? Just quickly give us the whole rundown and how you felt about it.
Yeah, so David Vincent's a great co-founder. Unlocked is a business that started and was inspired from conventions. David and I would both go to these cons, and we'd get blown up on social media with like, I didn't get to meet you this weekend, or my question wasn't answered on your panel, or when are you coming to my city or my country? And we looked around the internet and couldn't find a solution to fix that problem. So Unlocked is our solution to that. So we're really excited. We released an iOS app, which has been out on the App Store for a little while now, and it's going extremely well. We're about to release another big update to that iOS app, and the Android app will be very soon to follow. We have a ton of people that have requested an Android version. I'm sure you're one of them. You get it, and we don't want to leave you out. So we're very close now to having that Android app, and I feel like once that happens, we're going to start building that community even larger, and it's just going to be fun. So it's been an incredible experience. Extremely challenging to start a business, but we've been really fortunate. We got picked up by a tech incubator called Science Inc. They're based in Santa Monica, California, and they worked with companies like Dollar Shave Club, and we work in this building with a number of other founders and CEOs and of companies of all sizes. And what I've learned from being there is just invaluable. Like it's just been so amazing to be in that environment and to build something from scratch. So I think the community's rallying around it because it's a great thing for everyone. I think it's this mutual thing where, the actors are so happy to come to these cons and meet the people that watch their work, because we work in this box, the soundproof box. There's no, applause or laughter or anything like that. So meeting fans at conventions is literally a voice actor's applause. So it's incredible to do, and I'm so happy that I've been able to bring Unlock to market and meet more people.